Good morning, Paul here, up on Emu Mountain, on Prayer Mountain, and today we're continuing our look at the Psalms, and we're reading Psalm 39. Some commentators say this is a funeral psalm, but it's certainly a psalm talking about the frailty of man. David's writing this to Jeduthun, who was a Levite master of worship. He was also known as a king seer. And Jeduthun appears not only in Psalm 39 but also Psalm 62 and Psalm 77. So David was obviously bowed down in sickness and sorrow when he wrote this. Verses 1 to 3 talks about a struggle between grace and corruption, and also a struggle between passion and patience. So let's go ahead and read the psalm. Verse 1, I said, I will watch my ways and keep my tongue from sin. I will put a muzzle on my mouth while in the presence of the wicked. Now there's some good advice. Often when we're in the presence of the wicked, we need to be quiet. Just be quiet. And David obviously doesn't want to talk about his sickness or impending death in front of the wicked, because they're going to slam him for it and put him deeper into his depression. Verse 2, so I remained utterly silent, not even saying anything good, but my anguish increased. Sometimes you can't keep things in. Verse 3, my heart grew hot within me. While I meditated, the fire burned, then I spoke with my tongue. And he says this, show me, Lord, my life's end and the number of my days. Let me know how fleeting my life is. And certainly when you get up in years, as we are, in our 70s, you know how fleeting your life is and has been. In Psalm 90 verse 12 he says this, teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart for wisdom. When you start to realise how short your life is, you start to get the need for wisdom. Verse 5, you have made my days a mere handbreadth. The span of my years is as nothing before you. Everyone is but a breath, even those who seem secure. Handbreadth. The span of our life is just the width of our hand. A handbreadth. Surely, verse 6, everyone goes around like a mere phantom. In vain they rush about heaping up wealth without knowing whose it will finally be. How true is that? When we die, we don't know where our wealth will end up. You might leave a will, but who knows what they do with it. Verse 7, but now, Lord, what do I look for? My hope is in you. Save me from all my transgressions. Do not make me the scorn of fools. I was silent. I would not open my mouth, for you are the one who has done this. Remove your scourge from me. I am overcome by the blow of your hand. When you rebuke and discipline anyone for their sin, you consume their wealth like a moth. Surely everyone is but a breath. Hear my prayer, Lord. Listen to my cry for help. Do not be deaf to my weeping. I dwell with you as a foreigner, as a stranger, as all my ancestors were. Verse 13, the last verse. Look away from me, that I may enjoy life again before I depart and am no more. Wow, here he is pleading. He's appealing for pardon and a lengthening of his days. as he's getting older and getting closer to death, he's saying, Lord, take your anger away from me and let me look at life and enjoy a little bit more life before my final day. Wow. So there's the Psalm 39 of David. It's David in one of his poorer moods saying, Lord, I haven't got long to live, and why are you giving me this sickness? Dear friend of ours is just on her last days. She's been taken to palliative care and of course put on a lot of morphine to help her with her final hours because of the cancer in her spine. And I've got a magpie here coming up through the grass looking for some insects, and I hope he catches all those insects, especially the march flies that are a bit of a pain up here. And another friend of ours just been taken into palliative care with cancer in the lung. So, you know, my mother used to say, why do you have to go through hell to get to heaven? And here is David almost saying the same thing. He's struggling and knows that his days are numbered, as all of our days are. So we need to know how to number our days so that we may gain a heart for wisdom. There you are, chapter 39, Psalm 39, David's prayer bewailing his suffering. There you go. You get into the Word yourself, and may the Word get into you. We'll see you later.